After already experiencing a couple Stonemaier games, I knew going to this board game would have a high quality standard behind it. After our first playthrough with 2 players, the CAMeeple duo knew this game would be a must-play for board game nights to come. The theme of running your own vineyard is brilliant. It really does fit with the work placement mechanic that is the soul of this game. After inheriting resources from your mama and papa, you spend each season placing down workers to hopefully help you get victory points. Sounds straightforward, right? Well, it can get a bit complex. You can go through the year making grapes and selling wine. However, you add in the visitor cards, and these cards can definitely open up ways on how you think about the game playing in front of you. They either benefit you instantly, or you hold onto them until everything falls into place, to use at the right time. As the game progresses, there's also placements on the board to gain instant victory points. This only happens if you have unlocked certain features and get there first in the season. So what did I like about Viticulture? As you play through the years, you start making connections on ways to gain victory points with the different mechanics of the playing field. Although winemaking is the most prevalent aspect of the board game, as it should with the name Viticulture, the ways to gain victory points are much more in line with running every aspect of a wine business. To get victory points, you start realizing certain paths you can take and hope in each season you get to place those workers to take the path you want. This is like an open world RPG, where you could do the main quest, but you could get better rewards doing the side quests. As soon as I realized this, during our first playthrough, a big grin appeared on my face. This makes adaptation the key to this game. It's more than just the grapes, and more like running a business. And just like running any business, keep looking out for opportunities and take risks. What I also like is spring, the start of each year. Players take turns determining who goes first in each season by placing their rooster on the wake-up chart. Going first is definitely an advantage, as you get to place your workers in spots before others. Like I said before, adaptation is key, and if you don't go first, and you don't get the spots you want, you'll need to become a business owner. You'll need to pivot and move on. That being said, you do have the big worker to place in a spot that has already been used. So choose wisely when to use the big guy. You only get 1 per year. What about what I didn't like? Some visitor cards were hard to understand. For example, you can spend 1 victory point to build. But do you also build with coins after spending the 1 victory point? I would like to take a moment to say most cards do say if you can play the card for free, or with a discount with the required resources. However, the rare occasion these types of cards are played, the group will stop and think. They will then look throughout the manual, and in the end it becomes up to interpretation. And then in the end, it becomes what people are happy with. You would think if it's an essential edition, a bug like this would have been seen, or at least some sort of logic flow in the manual. Another dislike are the mama and papa resources at the start of the game. They can really affect the outcome of the game, especially after a number of playthroughs. You realize those who start with certain resources can have a big advantage. I won't be saying which resources, so for those new meeples out there, you can find out for yourself. Not to say they determine the winner instantly, but they are a big help. After all that has been said, Viticulture is an essential addition to your collection. It may look daunting to learn and teach. However, once the years go by, the flow quickly picks up to its inevitable end. The players who have lost will request to go for it all again because the realization you can do it differently is discussed. For your game sessions, memories about grapes are made, and a lot of thrilling close calls to the finish line are created. I would say this is a board game to experience at least once, because there is a high chance you'd want to experience it all again. Who would have thought a board game about the cultivation and harvesting of grapes would be such a hit?
No,